I just slapped you. Are you alright?
What?
Welcome back, movie lovers. Get ready to dive into the hottest releases of March 2024. From thrilling sequels to captivating dramas, we've got the scoop on the must-watch films hitting theaters this month. Stay tuned as we count down the top new movies that are sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. Dune, Part 2 is an epic science fiction film directed by Denis Villeneuve, based on Frank Herbert's novel of the same name. Set in a distant future where noble houses vie for control over the desert planet Arrakis, the story follows young nobleman Paul Atreides as he embarks on a journey of survival, political intrigue, and self-discovery. Dune, Part 2 is expected to continue the epic saga of House Atreides and its struggle for control over the desert planet Arrakis. The movie is praised for its breathtaking visuals, immersive world-building, and thought-provoking themes. The release date is set for March 1st in theaters. Spaceman follows the journey of Jakub Praz, a Czech astrophysicist who volunteers for an 8-month mission to explore a nebulous cloud near the planet Venus, a mission deemed too dangerous by other nations' space programs. Alone in deep space, Jakub discovers a possibly imaginary giant alien spider who becomes his unlikely companion. Over philosophical conversations about the nature of love, life, and death, as well as the deliciousness of bacon, the pair form an intense and emotional bond. Spaceman is an intergalactic odyssey of love, ambition, and self-discovery. The release date is set for March 1st on Netflix. Megamind vs. the Doomed Syndicate sees Megamind putting his villainous deeds behind him to become Metro City's valiant protector and hero. However, an unexpected event jeopardizes his new status when the Rock Syndicate, the supervillain team he used to be a part of, returns to the city. They wreak havoc on Metro City and devise villainous plans to launch the city to the moon. What they don't know yet is that their former sidekick has switched sides to join the forces of good. The release date is set for March 1st. On Peacock, Ricky Stenicki follows 3 teens who pull a prank and burn down a house in their neighborhood. To evade responsibility, they create a fake person named Ricky Stenicki to take the blame. 20 years later, we see that they have been using this alibi to escape from every uncomfortable situation in life. When their spouses and partners become suspicious and demand to finally meet the fabled Mr. Stenicki, the guilty trio decides to hire washed-up actor and Ronnie celebrity impersonator Rod to bring him to life. However, when Rod takes his role of a lifetime too far, they begin to wish they'd never invented Ricky in the first place. The release date is March 7th on Prime Video. In this new fantasy film, Damsel, a young woman who believes she is being married to a perfect prince is instead thrown into a pit where she discovers she's not going to be a princess after all, but rather sacrificed to appease a bloodthirsty dragon. Trying to survive long enough until someone can save her, she soon realizes that no one is coming, and this damsel must save herself. The release date is March 8th on Netflix.
For every innocent woman.
From Blumhouse Productions comes Imaginary, a horror film directed by Jeff Watto. When Jessica moves back into her childhood home with her family, her youngest stepdaughter, Alice, develops an eerie attachment to a stuffed bear named Choni that she finds in the basement. Alice starts playing games with Choni that begin playful but become increasingly sinister as her behavior becomes more concerning. Jessica intervenes, only to realize that Choni is much more than the stuffed toy bear she believed him to be. The release date is March 8th in theaters. In Kung Fu Panda 4, after 3 death-defying adventures and defeating world-class villains with his unmatched courage and mad martial arts skills, the Dragon Warrior is called upon by destiny to take a break. More specifically, he's tapped to become the spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace. In this role, he will train a new Kung Fu practitioner for the spot. Along the way, he encounters a villain called the Chameleon, who has the ability to conjure villains from the past. The release date is March 8th in theaters. In Arthur the King, Michael Linnord, the captain of the Swedish adventure running team, has a strange encounter during the 400-mile race in the Ecuadorian jungle. When a stray dog crosses his path, Linnord feeds him, and the dog follows him for the rest of the course, running even the most difficult sections. As the team is pushed to their outer limits of endurance in the race, Arthur redefines what victory, loyalty, and friendship truly mean. The release date is March 15th in theaters. In Irish Wish, when the love of her life gets engaged to her best friend, Maddie puts her feelings aside to be a bridesmaid at their wedding in Ireland. Days before the pair are to marry, Maddie makes a spontaneous wish for true love. The next morning, she wakes up as the bride-to-be, with her dreams seemingly coming true. However, Maddie soon realizes that her real soulmate is someone else entirely. The release date is March 14 on Netflix. In Immaculate, Cecilia, a woman of devout faith, is warmly welcomed to the picture-perfect Italian countryside, where she is offered a new role at an illustrious convent. However, it becomes clear to Cecilia that her new home harbors dark and horrifying secrets. The girl discovers that she is pregnant, and the church declares this case of immaculate conception a miracle. However, no one knows exactly who Cecilia is actually carrying. Instead of a new savior, there may be one who will plunge the world into eternal darkness. The release date is March 21 in theaters. Roadhouse is a reimagining of the 1989 film of the same name. Ex-UFC fighter Dalton takes a job as a bouncer at a Florida Keys roadhouse, only to discover that this paradise is not all it seems. Unwilling to play by the rules of local corrupt gangsters, Dalton quickly makes enemies. When the owner of the establishment informs Dalton that her bar wants to take down the local crime boss, the hero is forced into a much more serious confrontation. The release date is March 20 on Prime Video. Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire is an American supernatural comedy film, serving as the sequel to Ghostbusters: Afterlife, 2021, and the fifth installment in the Ghostbusters franchise. The Spangler family returns to where it all started, the iconic New York City firehouse, to team up with the original Ghostbusters, who have developed a top-secret research lab to take ghostbusting to the next level. However, when the discovery of an ancient artifact unleashes an evil force, both old and new Ghostbusters must join forces to protect their home and save the world from a second ice age. The release date is March 22 in theaters. You'll Never Find Me follows an isolated man living at the back of a desolate caravan park who is visited by a violent storm. As the savage storm worsens, these solitary souls begin to feel threatened. But who should really be afraid? The release date is March 22 on Shudder. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire is a sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021, and the fifth film in the MonsterVerse franchise. This new installment in the MonsterVerse sees the mighty Kong and Godzilla facing a deadly threat hidden within our world, one that threatens the existence of their species and our own. Delving deep into the mysteries of Skull Island and beyond, the film explores the origins of Hollow Earth and the ancient Titan battles that brought man and monster together forever. The release date is March 29 in theaters. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new updates.